T2T Wrestling. Well, here is Tim.
Hello, everyone.
And no, we're not talking about no pay-per-views. Not just one. We're talking about 5 pay-per-views and 5 favorite matches of ours. Because it's that time of year.
Yeah, it's the ending of the year,
And
I
since
think.
there's no um pay-per-views on December's,
Pay-per-view. But
which is
yeah.
fine because it's holidays. I get it. Um,
Yeah, it's
you've
okay.
been wrestler
I
for
kind
a
of I
break.
kind of missed day one, but it's fine. I understand why it's not there. We will survive.
No, we won't. But whatever. Anyways,
Okay.
guys, we're gonna be talking about we're gonna do pay-per-view matches. No, pay-per-views first. We're gonna do the top 5 of those.
Pay-per-view.
So, um, I'll start. So we got
Yeah. Yeah.
at number 5. We got day 1,
Yeah.
which is gonna be probably the last day 1.
Sad. The first, only and last day one. Sadly, yes.
Yes, it was actually pretty good. I
It
actually enjoyed it.
really was.
It was
It really was.
good matches.
Um, I'm really sad it's not going to be more like perpetual. But
It's football,
well,
man.
there we are.
Football.
Yeah,
Football's
yeah.
important.
Football, right? Some
Yeah.
random match between the Denver Cowboys and the New York
Whoever.
Dolphins.
Yep, totally
Um,
New York Dolphins. Cause there's Dolphins in New York.
don't dolphin me. No, it really was. It actually really was a rather good. It really was a rather good show.
I like the concept
They
of
had
having the first day of the year having wrestling and stuff like that, because
yeah,
there was such a long gap between like December and then like Royal Rumble. Cause usually Royal Rumble is like the end of the year, not end of the year, but
yep,
end of the month of January. So it's kind of like oh, day 1, yeah, let's do that. And I really enjoyed
yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
I
Whether or
guess
not Royal Rumble sort of ends the wrestling year or starts the wrestling year is never really entirely
sure,
decided, but
yeah.
one or the other, yeah. But there is that very long gap. No, it had some really good matches there. Before we got really tired of the Bloodline, the Usos versus the New Day was a very good match in that one. RK Bro, Street Profits, Ed Miz, Becky Lynch had a very good match with Liv Morgan.
Very
I
good
think that was
match.
sort of the sorry.
I said a very good match. I was disagreeing with you.
Oh, well, don't disagree with me, Toya.
I was
That's a bad
agreeing
thing.
with you.
Oh,
Good Lord,
do agree with me,
clean the
Toya. That's a
wax
very good
out of
thing.
your ears, man.
Man. I mean, the annoying thing was Brock Lesnar. The only really annoying thing was Brock Lesnar suddenly being back in the main title picture, but it was fun. It was fun to see. So, nothing much to say about that.
Alright, well,
Number 5 on our list.
number 4 on our list. You want to tell him? Go ahead, tell him. Go ahead,
Hell
tell him.
in
Tell him,
Hell in
Tim. Tell him.
a.
Tell him. Just kidding. Go
Should I tell them?
ahead. Sure, why not?
Okay, fine, but I wasn't gonna tell them, but then I get the feeling I might have to tell them, which was annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, Hell in a Cell.
Hell in
Um,
a Cell.
Hell in a Cell. It had some very good. It had some very good had some very good Hell in a Cell if matches, I guess, or Hayek matches. Um,
I mean,
Judgment Day had a fairly cool match with Styles, Baylor, and Morgan before the day after the whole Edge got kicked out thing. I still don't know what that was about, but whatever.
Well, that'll probably be a mystery.
Yeah, well, whatever. Bianca had a very good match with Asuka and Becky Lynch.
Oh, that was really good. They worked
Mhm.
well, very well.
And of course, there was the Hell in a Cell match with Cody and Rollins, which was definitely a thing,
Well, the
to put it
thing,
mildly.
yes, enjoyable, but I enjoyed it, which is why it's number 4
Yep,
on our list. Well, I'm ready to move on.
yep. Yeah! Let's move on!
Alright, well, of course, we got WrestleMania at number 3. Usually a
Yep.
WrestleMania is like number 2 or number 1, but this WrestleMania, it was okay. It
This
had
WrestleMania was fine.
it was
It
okay.
had a lot of it had a lot of ups. Like if night one in general, for instance, was super good.
Yes.
Night two was also super good. But then we had a Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar
And
main
then it
event.
all just went downhill.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
just
I feel like
just
okay, it's like I get it. The Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Oh, it was like I was gonna say no holds barred, whatever it was, and he
yeah.
freaking broke the ring with the. Who cares? They had to do something like
We
that just
had
to keep this interesting, because it was like we done seen this so many times before. You know what? I'm not even discussing this anymore. Cause yeah.
yeah. It was just that
But
Roman
every other
versus
match is
Brock.
like it was. I like the matches, and I mean it's WrestleMania, and it's always gonna be like
And there's
on
always
the
going to be a
list.
couple. I mean, I got really annoyed when the people who later became the Brawling Brute literally like stamped out New Day in what less than 2 minutes,
Yeah.
which was like,
Like,
okay,
okay,
fine,
that did
thanks,
not really
that's very
happen,
good.
but sure, okay.
Bobby Lashley versus Omos was also not exactly like it was a decent match. We talked about it at the time. There was actually a decent match, but it was also like didn't really need to see that, but
Yeah, I mean,
overall, Mania was still, especially because of day one, Mania was still a very good, was still a very good pay per view this year, and we
yes.
got to see Mr. McMahon wrestle. Last time we saw Vince McMahon in a WWE wrestling ring, probably
Oh yeah, we got to
ever.
see Kevin Owens versus Steve Austin. That was pretty
Stone
good.
Cold, yeah,
That was good. I
it
enjoyed
was
that.
really good.
Got to see
Exactly.
see like you said, Vince McMahon. I was like, yay. I was like, no, he's not gonna
Yeah, that
wrestle.
was
No, he's. Oh, he is gonna wrestle. Okay.
Yeah, that was we talked. That was so weird. Like, why are you taking? Oh no,
No,
Vince, no,
no.
don't. You're 74 years old.
Don't do it, man.
And he
Please
did,
don't.
but he
And
did
he did.
anyway.
Yep.
So
He don't
there we
listen.
are.
He didn't listen. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Here we are. Okay. Well.
but he did it anyway.
But yeah, that is number
There we are.
3. Let's go to number 2. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, that would be the Survivor Series, the one we talked about very recently,
Yes,
actually.
our last video, I
Um,
think.
yeah, no, it was our last video. It was not even a month ago, I think.
Right?
At this point, or at least very close. If it was not a lot more than a month ago. But yeah, this was really good. I feel like one of the
I
better
mean,
ones
the
we've seen in
concept of the Survivor Series was
war. Yeah,
so different than what
bringing
we're
back
used
war
to.
games did so much for Survivor
It
Series.
really did. It really did. It was
Um,
really good.
I really did miss the more traditional like brand versus brand thing
Yes, I
they've
did.
had ever since the brand split. I kind of missed a brand. It was a very short. It was a very short card because of course there was the two very long matches, but there wasn't really a bad match there. Again, we have said we're not going to talk more about Roman Reigns or the Bloodline until something interesting happens, but it was still a good match with the other team. Theory defeating Rollins and Lashley was a good decision. Randa and Shotzi was P-break match, but it wasn't a bad
I mean,
one.
it was a
And
decent
Styles and
match.
Baylor had an awesome match, and of course, again, the women's war game match was another one of those that are just wow. I want to sometimes just want to go back and watch that again because
Yeah,
it's
because
just
it was
that
so
very
good.
very good.
I mean, I like when they have like these kind of matches and these pay per views where I'm just like, I want to go watch it again and see it again.
Yeah,
Because that right there is probably one of those matches I would want to watch again. But like I enjoyed Survivor Series. I mean, like I said, like you said before,
yeah, I
I
really
miss
did.
the traditional way. But it's like, you know what? Every once in a while they could do this for Survivor Series. I'm down for it. As long as like
I'm
they
absolutely down for
go
it.
back once in a while to do the actual what they usually do with brands,
Yeah,
which brand is better. If they got bragging rights. That's fine. But like this was bad. Wasn't so bad either. So that's why it's our number 2.
absolutely not. I don't want them to turn it into like just the War Games pay
Right.
per view.
I don't think War
I
Games
mean,
should be like every Survivor Series. I think it should be
no,
like
no.
when it's
I
necessary.
want them. Yeah,
Like
we
when it's
talked
really
about
necessary.
before how Triple H want to like remove, for instance, Hell in a Cell because he thinks Hell in a Cell is too important a match to be used just because it's that time of the year.
Right.
And I kind of want war games to be the same.
Same.
So to speak. But yeah, no, it was very good. Number one.
Number one, we got Extreme Rules. Cause
Rules.
Man, that was such an amazing. Like, we top 10 pay-per-view ever. I don't care.
I am close to calling Extreme Rules 2022 the best pay-per-view I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's definitely it might not be the best, but it's definitely in competition. We have to go back to something like Mania 34, the one where we met, me and Toya met for the first. Well, we didn't meet, but started talking for the first time. The one where Kofi won the title from Daniel Bryan, to find something that even rivals it, at least, and maybe even back to the night.
Becky, yeah.
Yeah. Like, 3-belt Becky was from that one as well. Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar and ended his for a while at least, his reign of terror. There was just so many good matches this year at Survivor Series. At Extreme Rules.
Like, you gotta imagine, guys, if you watch our video of our results, like our worst match in Extreme Rules was like 4 stars.
yeah, exactly. I kind of the Ronda versus Liv, I think it was like it's still 4 stars, right?
It was just a good match. Wasn't like a bad. I mean, and there was a stream with every match had like a gimmick. It had like the tables, and it had like pit match. And
ladder match, strap match, Extreme Rules,
like
good old fashioned Donnybrook match. Never seen that one before, but
so good. It was just so amazing. I enjoyed everything. Like, I was like on my seat through the whole damn show. There was like no pee break moment.
No, there wasn't. This was a 3.5-hour show, and I watched it and I could have watched it in one go, without any breaks whatsoever.
Like, when it said it was
extreme, it was just super good. It was
extreme.
if you ask me to do a top 5 of all pay-per-views I've seen ever, Extreme Rules 2022 would be on that. Like, yes. if not on top. It was very, very good.
So good. It was so good. Alright, guys. Well, that is it for the pay-per-views. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this part here. I will be putting out the second part of this later on tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Bye!